Do you edit like this? Or maybe even like this, but still feel like you're not as fast as you could be? Well, in today's video, I'm breaking down the 3 most important core pillars of editing faster in Fortnite. These are the exact fundamentals top pros like Krillian and Bolts have mastered to reach the level they are at today. The best part is, these aren't complicated or out of reach. They're simple, learnable skills that you can start applying to your own gameplay today. And once you do, your editing speed is going to feel completely different. So let's hop right into it. All right, so the first thing we need to talk about are your guys' actual keybinds. Now, this is not one of the 3 pillars that we're gonna go over. This is just something I need to get out of the way because if you guys have horrible keybinds, you will not be able to play or edit fast or build fast or anything like that. So I'm gonna go over some similar keybinds, some pro keybinds and everything like that, and just basically find what's better for you and use them. Now, what I mean by good keybinds is, if you guys can look at my little screen right here, I know, crazy, we got a keyboard cam. If you see WASD, those are all your movement keys, unless you're weird and you play on like arrow keys. You want to use something close to these movement keys. So for example, a lot of pros use the edit binds of E, R, F, and G. Now, I personally was on G, but that still is a long ways for your hand to travel just for an edit. So I recently, like about 3 to 4 months ago, I changed it from G to F, and it's made me a lot faster since then. But I know a lot of people use E or R, and those are also good keybinds. But not only do you need to have good editing keybinds, you also need to have good build keybinds. So for example, my build keybinds, I have V as my cone and Q as my floor. And this allows me to jump and press my cone at the same time, because I can just like thumb key it basically, both my jump and my thing. And then Q is just really close to all my other movement keys, so it's really easy to do. Crouch is shift, and sprint is control, so it's all in one little area. And then for my walls and my stairs, I use my side mouse keybinds. This is what I've stuck with ever since I switched to keyboard and mouse. So if you guys can, I recommend using at least 2 of your build binds on your mouse, or even an edit bind, because it makes it a lot easier to actually build and do 90s right off the start, if that makes sense. All right, now that we got our keybinds out the way, we're gonna talk about the 3 pillars of what you guys need to be doing to edit faster in Fortnite. All right, so the first thing I wanna go over is your build and resetting consistency. Now, in order to edit super fast, or like just basically do some crazy edit courses super fast and stuff like that, you guys are gonna need to be able to edit and reset consistently. And what I mean by that is, a lot of you guys have really fast edits, like you guys can do all this and whatnot, and even your walls and everything. My internet is really bad today, so I'm on higher ping. But you guys don't actually like reset quick too. You don't reset as quick. And this does also play into keybinds once again, because I use scroll wheel as a reset key, but I also use scroll wheel as a pickup bind. But once again, yes, you're gonna wanna make it so that you guys can reset as fast as you guys can edit, and possibly even faster. And the reason we need that is because in order to go into free builds and edit super fast and all that stuff like that, you guys need to be able to constantly be able to place builds, edit them, and continue your movement without messing up your fluidity. And fluidity is built off of consistency. So if you guys do not have consistency, everything else is ruined from here on out. Now, one of the best ways to work on edit consistency and reset consistency is to just literally practice editing a floor or a cone or a wall even, and just doing something like this. And just constantly do it, and try and get it to the point where you can get it to 1 HP out of everything, or even lower than that if possible, and try and get it to go invisible, because that's what really fast editors are able to do. And another way of doing this, if you guys want to apply movement into this type of drill, is you can do drills like this where you edit these, like you go up for a double edit, you reset these, and you just continue to go up and constantly do these, and then you can slowly speed them up as you go. But basically the whole idea is just applying as much resetting and editing as possible and getting it to be super consistent. Now, once again, we're not going for speed overall at the start. We need to go for consistency at the start, because that's what this first pillar is. So you guys can start off by going slower, once again, which is what I recommend. If you guys need to go into a map with like a slower setting, so you guys can actually focus on this instead of having to do it on a normal speed, you guys can do it on most 1v1 maps or in my mechanics map, which is what I'm on right now, and just do this exact thing that I'm doing right now. And you can also apply this to like editing down drills. So like you go like this, just applying it into real game scenarios, but actually getting the consistency of it down. And once you have the good consistency with editing and stuff like that, then we can move on to the second most important thing, which is timing. Now, timing is literally everything in Fortnite. If you do not have good timing, you basically have nothing, because timing is what helps with edit consistency, edit resetting, and the thing we're about to go into after this. So basically, timing is when you press the edit key, you press where you want to edit, and you like let go, or you press your keybind again to edit it if you're on edit on release, or if you have edit on release off. And the main aspect is just to get it to go as quick as possible. Well, once again, having the same thing in mind with the edit consistency is being able to do it consistently with the same amount of speed. You want your timing to be the same. You don't want your timing to be off, because if your timing's off, then you're gonna have to once again work on it to get it at the same. And this is going to be harder to achieve on higher ping. If you guys are above about 40 ping, this will be a lot harder to achieve, just because your timing is going to be messed up because of higher ping issues. If you guys are on 30 ping or lower, you guys should be able to edit insanely fast regardless of what you think. I know 30 ping demons that are absolutely insane with editing, and you can literally edit like Krillian and a bunch of other pros like Bolts, even if you guys are not on 0 ping. Anything below 30 ping, you guys can do that. But yeah, once again, it's timing. And timing also goes into builds and editing. So if you guys want to edit faster, it goes into how fast you place your builds, how fast you can edit those builds after you place those builds. And the next thing, once again, that we go into is going to be very important, because that will help us achieve both of these things very fluidly. Now, once again, one way to practice your actual edit timing is we're going to come over here and we're going to go into the edit section of my mechanics training map. And you guys will see drop downs like this, or you'll see drop downs like this. And basically the main aspect of this is to go in it and just edit timing and just get it perfectly edited. So you basically go through it without stopping. Now, once again, my ping is really high right now. I have such bad internet over the past week, but I literally have 66 ping, and you guys should be able to do something similar to this. I usually play on about 20 in creative. I don't know why my ping's so bad. Also, this is kind of just a rant or a side note, but if any of you guys are having the same issue as me on Fortnite, where you guys can't figure out, like, you try and click on a game mode and it's not letting you click on the game mode, or like you get on the game mode but it won't load, if any of you have a fix for that, please let me know down in the comments below, because I've been having this issue for about a week and a half, and it's also why this video is getting out super late. My game's just been super laggy, and I have not been able to actually select the game mode I want to go into to actually perform this video for you guys. So yeah. Anyways, edit timing, once again, is just to continue doing stuff like this. And once again, you guys can mix it up. You guys can do the cones and floors. You guys can do ramps and floors. And basically, you're just going to go through every single one and work on your timing as much as possible. Because the more you work on your timing, the faster you guys will get at editing. Because if you get more consistent timing, once again, and you add that with your consistent editing and resetting, your guys' fluidity of your guys' building will be actually super, super good. Which is one of the hardest things to achieve if you are like trying to edit faster. Now that we've got timing covered, we're going to go into the most important aspect of Fortnite in general, but especially for editing. So we're going to go back to the free build section. Now, the most important thing is crosshair placement. Crosshair placement is basically doing the minimalist amount of movement from the center of your screen to get the most out of an edit or a build. So that right there is a perfect example of perfect crosshair placement. I did such a small movement, but I still got the full edit. And this can also translate into other things. This can translate into, once again, from editing into building and tarping and stuff like this. It literally plays into everything. And the main idea behind it is if you have perfect crosshair placement, basically everything will kind of fall into line. Your aim will fall into line, your building fluidity, your editing fluidity, your speed of both of those will actually get better too. Because if you think about it, instead of going like this to place this, you guys can do the same, you can place the same amount of stuff by just going in the corner. And then you guys can go from that corner automatically into an edit instead of having to do the wide swing, sometimes it messing up, or doing the wide swing and then having to start from right here. That just messes up your actual crosshair placement and will make you way more inconsistent when you guys are actually trying to edit or build faster. Once again, it's not even just editing, it's transitioning between builds. So it's like for 90s, you guys are going to want to do the minimalist amount of movement for a 90 too. So you guys can do a 90 just by doing this. Instead, a lot of you guys go like this. You guys like bring it all the way up around. And I mean, it works and it might be faster sometimes, but your crosshair placement is more messed up when you do it that way, because you guys want your crosshair to always be at the center of your screen, just because it helps you hit more consistent shots and everything like that. And it also helps you edit a lot faster, because you guys can go and do different edits way quicker, if that makes sense. Now, I'm going to show you guys one of the best ways to work on crosshair placement. I'm going to come into the comp section of my map right here, and we're going to go to edit practice. Now, this is just an editing practice drill, and you guys can do it without optimal edits. But what I did and what me and my map creator did is we turned on optimal edits. Now, what optimal edits does is it gives you the perfect edit line for each edit. So you guys can practice perfect crosshair placement. You guys can even add movement, which makes it more realistic. And what's basically your main goal is to get more consistent with your crosshair placement in this drill. And once again, if you guys do not like how fast it is, there are 3 separate modes of speed that you guys can do. I'm on medium right now, but you guys can do easy, which is relatively slow. And makes it so you guys can get really consistent crosshair placement. Also, this goes over some of the wild edits, like some of the ones you guys wouldn't ever use in an actual game scenario, but it still helps you with your crosshair placement overall. And then once again, if this is too slow, you guys can go on hard. I can't achieve full hardness yet when it gets to the crazy edits, because it is just wild. But yes, this is one of the best drills to help you work on that. As well as if we come back and we go back into the edit section over here, my ping finally actually went down to 20. We also have this section right here, which is a similar thing, and it's just to work on crosshair placement from different angles. And as well as if you guys want moving platform, you guys can use moving platform to automatically add that movement into your gameplay, so you guys can work on crosshair placement while moving. And this will just basically better everything in Fortnite, but this will also translate into way faster edits when you need. If you guys did enjoy this video, or if you learned anything from it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and make sure you apply these 3 core concepts into your gameplay, as well as make sure you guys' keybinds are good. If you guys want my keybinds, I will be releasing my keybinds in my new 1v1 map soon. And if you guys want to go support me, once again, go play my mechanics map, which is what I'm on right now, or my 1v1 map. We're having a huge update come out later this week. Once again, thank you guys for taking time out of your day to watch this video. And if you guys want to learn how to get insanely good at Fortnite insanely fast, make sure to click on this video right here. I will see you guys in the next video. I love you all. Peace, guys.